Rivers State High Court in Port Harcourt has ordered the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission to proceed with the local government council elections scheduled for October 5. Justice IPC Igwe gave the order while delivering judgment in suit number PHC/2696/CS/2024 filed by Action People's Party as plaintiff against RISIEC, Rivers State Government, and Governor of Rivers State as first to third respondents. In the certified court judgment obtained by correspondent on Sunday evening, which was issued on Friday, Justice Igwe directed RISIEC to use the 2023 voters register for the elections. The court emphasized the importance of conducting elections within 3 months to fill vacant council positions as mandated by the Supreme Court in CV/343/2024 delivered on July 11, 2024 to the effect that all states without democratically elected local government councils in place should conduct elections into their respective local government councils within 3 months from the date of aforesaid judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The court order maintained that based on the judgment of the Supreme Court, the defendants are bound to conduct elections into local government councils in Rivers State on or before the expiration of the said 3-month period on October 5, 2024. Despite the controversy surrounding the elections, RISIEC chairman, retired Justice Adolphus Enebeli, had reassured stakeholders that the commission is prepared to conduct elections as scheduled. The All Progressive Congress had earlier sought to restrain INEC from releasing voters' register to RISIEC, but the court reserved judgment on the matter. The court declared that Rivers State Government and State Governor are bound by Section 7, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to ensure that local government councils are run by democratically elected officials. Additionally, the court ordered the police, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Army, and other security agencies to provide adequate security during and after the polls to prevent security breaches. Nze, what do you have to say to this development?
Thank you for bringing this matter to the table. But you see that to an extent, I would say I like what the court has done, but generally I think we are seeing it as a rascality from one side, because
rascality on whose side?
On
the political side,
no,
on
side
the
of the court.
Judicial rascality.
Yeah, judicial rascality, because an appeal court, I mean a high court, federal high court, has stopped INEC and law enforcement agencies from giving assistance to RISIEC on the conduct of the October 5 election. But you still see that another court of same jurisdiction has come up to say, go ahead and conduct election. So we begin to look at the whole thing. Does it mean the courts cannot marry themselves together? Does it mean they cannot look at themselves and say, okay, this is what this is our interpretation to this? So, but since each individual has his own choice of interest, and they can go ahead to do whatever they want to do. And you see that the door of the court is wide open for every citizen. So anybody that feels that he's been offended can approach the court. So if APC had approached a federal High Court in Abuja, and APP on their own part approached another federal high court, and this one has given judgment, this one has given judgment, so which one do it? And you know, in the military they say obey the last command. So if the order of the court from a court of same jurisdiction, the last one that is coming should be obeyed. And I see the Rivers people coming to cast their votes on Saturday.
All right, since you have mentioned the issue of jurisdiction, let's delve a bit into the issue of jurisdiction. The first question would be, is that the State High Court, does the State High Court have jurisdiction to entertain this matter? You recall that recently when the appeal court was giving judgment, the appeal court made mention that, in fact, the appeal court in their judgments clearly clarified what the jurisdictions are and the exclusive reserve of the Federal High Court as against the State High Court in Nigeria. And the Federal High Court says, in matters pertaining to the state governor, in matters pertaining to the state houses of assembly, federal institutions, that the Federal High Court has exclusive reserve of that. What it means is that the State High Court lacks the jurisdiction to entertain matters pertaining to federal institutions. And in this instance, the courts gave order to Nigerian police, Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, and other security agencies, including INEC.
As federal institutions?
They are federal institutions. Okay. The question would be, does Rivers State High Court have the jurisdiction to entertain this matter pertaining to federal institutions and also give instructions or orders, as it were, to these federal institutions?
Now, is local government a federal institution or state institution? Or
local government is a state institution.
Now, the State High Court has come to exercise its jurisdiction over the local government. Now, appealing to law enforcement agencies to...
That was not the court does not appeal. The court gives order.
If they give the order, when they don't have, it's like you commanding your parents, Mommy, go and wash the plate. Will she adhere to you? Will she obey you? So if the State High Court, knowing that they do not have that jurisdiction, and they go ahead to give the order, well, it is left for the federal institution either to obey or not to obey, being that they know their rights and they know how to exercise it. But now that they have the jurisdiction over local government matters, they have given the instruction that the local government should go ahead, the RISIEC should go ahead to conduct local government election, which I believe in the other way around is to the benefit of the people. Because if this election is stopped, the question will now be, will the local government authority be left in a vacuum? Who occupies it? Who gives directives? So, because of the interests of the masses, which you know that local government is one of the grassroots government that is very close to the people. Now, if that election fails to hold, you'll be holding millions of Rivers people to ransom. So I believe that what the Rivers State High Court has come, in fact, Justice Igwe, what he has come to do, it's okay.
If you say it's okay, now let's also look at, you talked about judicial rascality on one hand. You said that the action of the court was is tantamount to judicial rascality.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you're applauding the court. Isn't that contradictory and a double speak? Now, if I may remind you,
okay.
If I may remind you, there was an order of court stopping INEC from releasing voter register to RISIEC. The same order of court stopped the police and other security agencies from engaging in this forthcoming elections. Now, that order of court was neither appealed nor vacated. Now, the only way this can make sense is if there was stay of execution of that order, even if it's from a sister court, but there will be a stay of it. But in this instance, there was no stay of execution, there was no appeal, the order was not vacated. And then the APP moves to a court that, according to appeal court and Nigerian constitution, their jurisdiction over this matter is even questionable because of federal agencies that are part of it.
Involved.
And then they now move to another court to get another injunction countering an earlier injunction of a sister court.
Number one, the court is not a robot. The judges are not robots. They are humans. Number two,
when you say they are humans, what do you mean exactly?
They are rational. The rationale, but I will come to that. You know, initially, I said that I said that the actions of the both courts, the Federal High Court, Abuja, and Federal High Court, Rivers State,
State High Court,
State High Court, Rivers State, their operations and the activities is tantamount to judicial rascality.
How is the action of the Federal High Court?
The reason I said two of them.
You said how is that of
One,
Federal High Court
for Federal High Court to come up to say, to stop INEC, based on the plea,
yes,
to stop INEC from releasing electoral materials to RISIEC on a judgment that Supreme Court had given order, and every state is working hard to meet to the order of the Supreme Court.
What was the prayer of the APC?
The prayer of APC, whatever, is that the election should not hold.
What led to that?
I don't know what they have in mind. Whatever they have in mind should be with them.
Now, Nze, when discussing issues like this, probably I don't bring in sentiments.
No, we are not treating any matter with sentiment. We treat serious matters as if they are not serious.
Hold on. I look at the facts before me, and I speak according to the facts on ground. Okay. Now, APC went to court. Since you said you do not know, let me educate you a bit.
Even if I don't care to know what they had in mind.
No, it is important. If you're a political analyst and you're informing the people, your analysis educates people. So it behoves on you to know the nitty-gritty of what you're analyzing. You get. So you can't say you do not know. If you say you do not know and you're analyzing based on sentiments and not facts.
What was
so
APC?
Now let me present the fact to you. The fact is that APC, the Tony Okocha-led faction of APC, when he was still the CTC chairman of APC Rivers State, said that RISIEC, in this instance, did not, APC was excluded from the first stakeholder meeting of RISIEC. So Tony Okocha was questioning the electoral procedures that RISIEC had taken so far, and he decried certain irregularities. RISIEC did not take heed to the concerns raised by Tony Okocha. Tony Okocha now went to court
to ask the court to stop the process.
Tony Okocha now went to court. Part of his prayers, when you go to court, of course, you will have prayers. An election was bound to happen, and he's insisting that RISIEC should follow the right procedures. APC should be rightly recognized, and invitation should be sent to APC as well. Now, he had so many prayers which they granted. Now, the order was pending the matter when the matter on ground is solved, or pending the judgment of the matter on ground. Now, in this instance, what APP should have done, according to judicial proceeding, is to vacate that order or appeal that order. But that was not done. And according to judicial principles, the window to vacate or an appeal a matter is 14 days. That had passed. APP did not do anything. And then APP goes to a sister court to raise another, not even to vacate that order, but to raise an order rubbishing an initial order of a court, of a sister court. You call this judicial rascality. On the other hand, you applaud the same court that you call the rascal in their actions. And I'm saying make it make sense.
Good.
To me. Now, you are saying that Supreme Court has given a ruling, and a 3-day window has been given to states by federal government to make sure that local government elections are held. Granted. Now that's the Supreme Court has insisted on local government, or has ruled in favor of local government autonomy, and a window has been given. Does that in any way justify rascality on the side of judiciary or rascality on the side of RISIEC?
Now, let us pick it from here. Number one, I told you that I do not know what the prayers of Tony Okocha was.
But I told you some. And I also gave you a
background. When I told you I do not know, I chose not to know. Not that I did not hear or they did not see what he was.
That's indicting.
But yes, I said I did not know, and the reason is because I don't see any reason. For far from his prayers, to me, I'm not justified. He could be justified.
Did you hear are you aware that the APP chairman Wokekoro, when he was giving his speech, slammed RISIEC and said that RISIEC did not extend invitation to PDP? Now, this was also part of the concern that APC had.
If PDP had gone to court, court will grant their prayers.
Hold on. If APP in this instance, while gloating, indicted RISIEC, these are politicians and they know the game they are playing. The question is RISIEC giving all the political parties a fair level playing ground? And this is a concern of APC. Now, whatever politics that is playing, to a large extent, for me, is inconsequential. What matters to me as a journalist is that governance is done and is done the right way.
Fine.
Now the question I'm asking
that is
you,
where everybody
is this being done the right way?
Anything that will affect the masses negatively, I stand against it. I don't care whether it pleases you as an individual. Anything that will go contrary to the well-being of the masses. So to me, what Tony Okocha went to do, in as much as we applauded Supreme Court for granting local government autonomy and requesting that every state should conduct that is not running a democratically elected government, local government, should go and conduct an election. And we applauded that. Now, this River State has come up to say, okay, we will conduct ours by October 5. And somebody has said, you didn't consult me the way you should consult me. For that,
not consultation.
Whether they consult or they brought them to the mainstream of things, or RISIEC did what they're supposed to do.
What is did RISIEC do what they're supposed to do?
To me,
when invitations are being extended to stakeholders to intimate them on the activities of RISIEC in line with the electoral procedures, and certain political parties are not extended invitation to that meeting, you say, Nze, that it is okay. Now, if I may ask, when you talk about the masses, when you talk about the masses, part of the persons who will run for local government elections, are they not from the masses? Are they not going to? Because right now we do not enjoy independent candidacy in Nigeria. You have to go through the platform of a political party. If RISIEC, by their action, has excluded some political parties from attending this meeting, then which platform?
Everybody has a way of addressing his grievances. What I had expected Tony Okocha to do, in as much as I will not mandate him or force him to do, but he has done what he felt necessary for him to do. But if I should be in his shoe, what I would have done is to write to RISIEC and say, why did you not extend invitation to me?
Tony Okocha said that he communicated the
chairman of the RISIEC. Until RISIEC comes to tell us that Okocha, that they didn't extend.
You're waiting for RISIEC.
No, until they explain to us. But for me, until they explain to us, because they are the ones that is being accused now that this invitation, Tony Okocha asked them and they didn't respond. They will come and answer for that. But for now, what is so concerned to me is that election holds. So anybody who says, you didn't do me well, I am not happy with what you are doing, I will stop the election, that person is anti the masses.
Well, while still
and that's where I keep it for Okocha. Now, if we should come back, if we should come back to the activities of the courts, you know that sometime you come to the house, you see your children making trouble among themselves. You scold them. You children are this, come on. Then you call them and say, what is happening? And they explain, you say, look, you shouldn't be doing this. My friend, what you did was right. So that's what you just see me. When I said that the activities of the both courts amount to judicial rascality, I'm simply saying that courts ought not to. They should uphold the sanctity of courts. They should have some respect for themselves the way we do for them. Now, if we now come to look at what they did, I would say that Federal High Court Abuja is not justified by me by stopping INEC from releasing that releasing the voters register and the other important documents to RISIEC. They didn't do well to me. But in as much as It is an institution of the government, and they have the right and power by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to discharge their duties. They have done it the way they needed to do it. And God has helped that another court has come to say...
Don't bring God into this matter.
No. I am a man of God, so I speak for God, I speak for the people.
No, hold on.
God must be involved in the affairs of men.